new businesses. Um, it's an education system. It's a way of introducing a new justice system. It's a way of introducing a new government system. Everything, every aspect of change is like would be in this website that I'm busy creating. Now, I don't know if I have the skill level to do it, but it's really odd that the second I come up with this concept, the keyboard on my computer starts working. Just out of the blue, it starts working. So, explain to me that one. Explain to me how, just out of the blue, a keyboard that doesn't work just out of the blue, I've done nothing to it. Nothing to it. I've been able to turn the computer on. I've had to delete Windows, so I've got this Ubuntu on there, which I don't like. It's, but because the keyboard wasn't working, the only functioning that I could do is opening up a browser. I could never type on it. I couldn't even do a search to search out anything in a browser. The only thing I could do is from the other computer is put a whole pile of links that I use on a regular basis and then open up that email. Like I couldn't do a search, but when I open up, I could type like maybe 10 characters and then the keyboard dies on me. So it was enough for me to type in Gmail and then my email would show up. And then if I had all of the links that I wanted to view, then I can click on the links and it would open up those browsers and I could see what it is that I wanted to see. So I could always view things with the computer that was breaking down, but I couldn't type. I'm going to continue. Peace out. So, um, if I, sorry that I didn't know I was going to go over, but anyways, I've been able to see things. I've been able to watch everybody else's videos, but uploading was a challenge. And I'm listening to the universe that says you're not supposed to do this. So I've tried to focus on, okay, this is a good thing, just don't know what it is. So instead of being really pissed off that my computer broke down and everything, I took it as the universe is pointing me in a different direction. Does it mean that I'm not supposed to be on the computer? No. It just means I'm supposed to be doing something else at the same time. So now I'm developing this other routine for myself that I know is good for me. I ended up coming up with this massive, amazing, blow your mind away idea that does need a computer. And I thought, I'm going to just try the keyboard. And all of a sudden it just starts working. And I'm typing away. And it's past the 10 characters. And it's like, holy shit, this thing is working. So now it's, I need to still do some work on that computer. I need to um, partition again. I need to install another version of Windows, my old version of Windows, which I found a copy of, but need to install it. But I can't install that without partitioning it first to see if that works. And then I'm going to have to get another driver that's missing on startup. But I can't get the driver until I get Windows, can't put Windows until I get the partition, and I can't get the partition to work. So it is something that still needs some work to fix to get it working perfectly. But for now, it's working perfectly for my daughter to use for what she's using, and I can use her computer for what it is that I need to use. At the same time, I'm not going to be uploading as many videos because I'm highly focused on working on this other idea. I'm not gone from YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'll be starting another YouTube channel that is going to be in relationship with this new website that I'm doing. But it's got me really excited. But you explain to me, how does a computer keyboard not work and then just all of a sudden start working again? Somebody explain that one to me, because I've seen this happen over and over and over again. That makes me question, why do these things go on? And then you look at the sciences and energy and how energy actually moves matter, and there's more going on than we realize. Just because we can't see the air doesn't mean the air doesn't exist. Just because our brains give off energy, just because we can't see that energy coming out of our minds, out of our body, out of our field, our it's coming at us like an aura. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And all of this energy that's radiating out of you that you can't see, it's creating. And this is what we need to wake up to. Now, there's another aspect to this too, of how thoughts matter. And I have this son that worries about me. He can't sleep at night. Really, really stressing him out. Now, when there's negative energy coming at me, it does affect me. I can feel the negative energy. Just because somebody else can't feel negative energy like I can doesn't mean that it doesn't that reality isn't there. You just can't see it. If you are hypersensitive, then it would affect you. So I'm dealing with this negative energy that I'm finding that the people that are actually doing me more harm are actually the people that love me the most, which is so freaking confusing, but they just don't know how to be helpful. But I was stuck in the pain of that. Is, you love me, why would you do so much harm to me? Like my father, I've made a long video about my father who says he loves me but wants to change all aspects of me. It's like, if you love me, why would you want to change me? It makes no sense at all. But while he's trying to change me and say he loves me, it's like, you're doing a lot of harm to me. Why would you do this much harm to me if you say you love me? So I'm getting stuck in the pain. While you're in pain, guess what? I'm being programmed to be exactly who he is, who he wants me to be. This man says that all women are useless, spread their legs, have babies, and end up on welfare. Really, really amazing how this man gave birth to 3 children, 2 girls, 1 boy. 2 girls are on a welfare system, and 1 boy is, the alcoholic, drug addict, gambler. Who now just got all of my parents' money in his name and he's looking after the whole thing. It's like, I sure as hell wouldn't want somebody that's got that many addictions and that many issues looking after all of the wealth that I earned. But that's who they feel is got the mental capacity to get something done. You got to be an alcoholic. You got to be a gambler. You got to have a lot of issues to know you're doing the right thing. Because if you're not, then if you today, if you did the right thing, you'd be on a welfare system, and that's not even the right thing. It's a refusal of doing the wrong thing. And right now our whole system is not set up to do anything the right way. If you want to survive and appear like you're doing the right thing, you gotta make sure you've got yourself a nice little addiction going on. Preferably your crack would be money, and as long as you're mentally insane, then you look normal. So that is the challenge. I know a lot of people won't make too much sense out of that, but I certainly don't want to be on a welfare system. But the programming that my father did, what he ended up doing is telling his girls, you're no good, you suck, every single thing that can destroy a person's spirit, um, purpose, happens when you criticize them. When you criticize and break somebody down, then they don't know that they're special. They don't know that they're powerful. They don't know that they're, oh, I can accomplish something. So that's what my father did, is he criticized his girls to the point where they didn't believe in themselves. They such low self-esteem that they ended up on a welfare system. Because it's like, okay, if I'm so dysfunctional within society, that's why I don't fit within society, that means I'm on a welfare system. So my father actually, out of his fears that women are useless baby factories that just cause the welfare system, He's created his daughters to be on that welfare system. But he never recognizes that it's men that are creating all of these babies just equally as much as women are. There is no responsibility or accountability for the actions of any man in my father's viewpoint, which is why my brother can do whatever the hell he wants, and there's no criticizing that guy at all. He's doing everything right, which is why this guy can do every single thing wrong, and he's got a father there patting on his back saying you're doing a great job. So if you want to know how psychopaths are created, that's how it's done. If you're doing everything wrong and you have, a son who looks up to his father and his father is saying you're doing everything right, everything wrong is actually right, you'll be doing everything wrong all the time because you need to get that approval. Doing everything wrong ended up getting all of the money my parents have in his name. So, we create what we fear. So don't fear, because you're about to create what it is you fear the most. So, getting back to my son who worries about me, I've told him, don't do that because you're doing me more harm than anything. You're throwing negative energy at me. And, he's like, no, how is it that that's possible? Like he's really, really smart. And he refuses to listen to me. So if he wants to try and understand the logic behind what it is I'm saying, he can't receive that information to know better. But he's got an energy that's coming at me. I've got an energy that's going at him. Now, if he can control me to be whatever he wants me to be, I have that same power. But I'm weak right now. I'm hypersensitive. So what I need to do is be stronger than the negative energy coming back at me. So what I ended up finding out is what I used to do, and I find it's really, really, really powerful, and I got to get back on it again. But I would make these symbols. I would draw a picture of what it is that I wanted to experience, and you make a symbol out of that. What does that experience represent in a picture? And just a simple little symbol, and you do the symbol, and then you burn it. And you do that first thing in the morning, and you do it just before you go to sleep. And what that does is it burns an imprint in your subconscious mind, and then it has the ability to create without you having any effort whatsoever. So I had done this because I could not communicate. Zero. There was zero communication with my son. So I put this thing on there that our communication skills will improve. And I did that for 6 months solid. And then as soon as we ended up communicating again, it was 100 times better. So what changed? There was something definitely that changed in him, although he doesn't notice it. And there was something definitely different within me. Ultimately, when you do something like that, you're changing yourself. When you change yourself and the energy you put out there, you change somebody else. And they won't even notice it. They will think it's their idea. So, yes, you can, like I don't want my son worrying about me because it's hard on his health. So I will